Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to present about two topics of our presentation. The first is question and answer sessions and how to master them, and the second one is how to engage your audience. But before we start the presentation, we would like to introduce ourselves first. My name is Nadila, Hadi.
My name is Luh Maytri Lindayani. My name is Putu Viranicka Septyani.
My name is Juliana, Dewi.
So as I said before, that our presentation has two topics. Those are question and answer sessions and how to master them, and the second one is how to engage your audience. So as the first speaker, I would like to explain about the first material, that is question and answer sessions and how to master them. So without any further ado, let's start the presentation. Okay, I would like to explain about our first material, that is question and answer sessions and how to master them. Before you start a presentation or before you become a presenter of your own presentation, you have to prepare and you have to be ready of your material in your presentation. But there's another task that you have to be ready also, that is question and answer sessions. Typically, the good presentation is well managed and planned, and if you can make your presentation become efficient and well managed, you can increase the audience participation and you can build the prospect of your good presentation. So if you want to get the best results of your presentation, there are 5 main points of question and answer session and how to master them. The first main point is be prepared. As I said before, that you have to be prepared, you have to be ready of your own material, you have to understand all the materials. And perhaps each and every point in your material could invite questions from the audience. And of course, you have to be prepared of the question, and maybe you can predict or imagine what the question might come up. And perhaps the audience will ask about the further information, the clarification, or your own opinion about the material. And of course, you have to be ready of that. Maybe you can just write down what the question, and you have to prepare well what the best answers that you can give to your audience. The next main point is consider the audience. You have to consider and recognize your audiences in order to anticipating their questions with their own viewpoint. So perhaps your audiences is from a trade associations, or perhaps they are live in the same state with you, or perhaps they work in the same area. But it doesn't matter, that's not a problem, because you have to share with them and they likely to share with you about their opinion or about your material in your presentation. Anticipating the questions is a must in order to know or give the best answer to them with their own viewpoint. The last 3 main points will be continued with my friends.
Okay, I will continue the presentation. This is about the main points of question and answer session and how to master them. The third one is note the news. So before we do the presentation, we can look more information. We can look for more information from various sources to prepare ourselves to get more information about our topic. So it can help us when there are some questions that related for our topic. And then the fourth one is place the questions. We can use some methods for it. There are 3 methods. The first one is be aware of time. So we must know the time that we have to do the presentation and of course to do the question and answer session. The second one is remember to describe to the audience how many questions that we will take in answer and question session. And then the third one is rearrange the questions from the audience. We can arrange from the easier one until the hard one, and the first questions until the last questions. And the last main point of question and answer session is be brief. So our answer must be brief, concise, and to the point. We don't have any time to discuss the mysterious details of the answer and of the questions. So the answer must be directed back to the questionnaire with lots of eye contact. If necessary, we must repeat the questions before we give an answer to the audience. And those are about the main point of question and answer session and how to master them. Next, we will move to the next chapter, is how to engage your audience.
Okay, the next material is how to engage your audience. So how to engage your audience, that must be with a good way, because without engaging your audience, your presentations is empty and filled. According to EV and 20 and 10 from the Perfect Presentations book, engaging the audience is very important in presentations with an understanding of some technique and a feeling can become much more effective. So there are three main pointers become more effective when we reach in the podium. So the first is appear knowledgeable. So if we presentation or as the presenter, we should have more knowledge and we must show the expert in our skill and also our field, so they don't expect your problem skill presentations to be a casually in presentation. And the second is use a presentation dump. Use the presentation dump is very important in our presentation because will help your audience remember about the presentations, and then they will adopt them in the presentations in the same way and will adopt a logo or a slogan. So it is very simple and memorable. So this way very help your presentations become more effective and also help your audience to follow presentation and remember about the presentation with comfortable and interested. Okay, the third is present the right points.
Okay, the third point how to engage your audience is present the right points. This point is very important to your presentation to make your presentation be a good and great presentation. In your presentation, you have to guess your audience to train not more than 10% of your presentation. And in your presentation, you have to present some 3 or 4 main points during 30 minutes your time. And then the main points should be the first one, unambiguous. It means you have to clear and certain when you explain your material. And the second one is self-standing. It means you have to confident with yourself when you are talking about your material in front of many people. So there are several ways and several elements to have a perfect and great presentation. 2 of those are question and answering session, and the second one is how to engage your audience. So I hope you can get some benefits and some information from this video, and please enjoy this video and thank you.